irking me this week?
What's working you, Nick?
What's working me this week?
Is it worth it?
People that give their 2 weeks at a job and then just give up.
No.
And they just give up those last 2 weeks.
Piece of shit. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast that both my parents say is too vulgar. I'm Tim Fluffybeard, and with me, as always, is my friend, my comedy partner, and my co-host, Nicholas Q. Evans. How you doing, Nick?
Oh, I'm swell. I'm so good. Just ready to talk about some pizza.
So good.
Yeah. Sorry, were you not expecting that?
I didn't know what I was expecting.
I had a pretty good week. Just trying not to think about how I'm a Blue Jackets fan right now. So. Yeah.
So what actually I wanted to talk about that in my sports notes, but let's actually start with that.
You want me to go into?
Yeah, let's go into with the Jackets. First of all, welcome again to the Tasteful Dudes podcast.
Yeah, we're glad you listened to us.
We are a food podcast. No matter what it sounds like, we are a food podcast.
We're a Columbus
food podcast. This season, we're a pizza podcast, and we are going to be talking about pizza mostly. And we actually got, what did we get today? We got East Coast Pizza.
East Coast Pizzeria.
In Graceland, in like the Graceland neighborhood. And we'll get to our actual talking points about that. But back to the Blue Jackets. I wanna hear what your take, because you're the biggest Blue Jacket fan I know.
Well, today is officially the last day that Panarin is a Blue Jacket.
Brendan.
By the time that
we could have called him Wonder Boy.
The time that this podcast comes out, they might even be signed somewhere else. But
that's true.
We're recording this on Sunday.
And by somewhere else, you mean Florida.
Probably, yeah. But it's the last day that Panarin is a Blue Jacket. It's the last day that Bobrovsky is a Blue Jacket. It's the last day that Duchesne is a Blue Jacket. It's the last day that Ryan Dzingel is a Blue Jacket.
Yeah.
It's the last day that Adam McQuaid is a Blue Jacket. And it's the last day that Keith Kincaid is a Blue Jacket.
Yeah.
So we're losing 6 free agents.
Yeah.
3 of which are the best free agents available in the entire NHL.
Yeah, I mean, arguably the best. I mean, I don't even know if it's arguably. It is the best goalie we've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best
player we've ever had, and one of the top centers we've ever had.
Yeah. Now, admittedly, we'll be getting some guys back from injury, right? We were pretty injured.
We were going to get some guys back from injury. There's a lot of prospects down the prospect line. Mm-hmm. I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to...
Elvis Durand. Nope, he's a singer.
Merzlikins.
Elvis Merzlikins.
I don't want to get too into it because I don't want to get too in the weeds and ostracize our fan base.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a bit thirsty. So I'm drinking out of my dog bowl.
Yeah,
you can hear that.
Hear that. That's my puppy.
Sorry, I get really... they don't trust me with glass.
No, you just lick out of your glass. It's weird.
Yeah, well, you know. Remember when I said audio quality is going to be super great because we're going to be recording in a Yeah.
It's way better, honestly. It really is.
Yeah.
But yeah, the plan is to replace them all with unproven youngsters.
Yeah,
and maybe pick up 1 or 2 players of free agency ourselves. But we're not gaining any of the caliber players we're losing.
Yeah, and I don't know. Do you think it's hard to even ask this question? Was it worth it to get these guys? A small part of me thinks. I mean, the excitement that we had in that first round, to get out of the first round and to do it in amazing fashion, that was really great.
Absolutely so many fans that came to the Blue Jackets because of this playoff. And it proves that if we had a winning team, what we could do with it. Columbus was not a small market in the playoffs this year.
Oh, yeah.
They tout Columbus as a small market city for hockey. But Columbus had the highest average number of attendees to the games during the playoffs. Out of every single team, all 16 teams that made it in, which is over half the league, just about half the league, Blue Jackets had the highest, on average, total number of attendance.
Well, hell, we
were selling out 106% of our capacity.
We had 13,000 people there for a game that wasn't being played in Columbus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was crazy. I'm pretty appalled that players don't want to be in Columbus. But, Columbus can't compete with a New York City.
Yeah. Or Miami.
If you value a worldly city, Columbus is not your destination.
Yeah.
We can't rival a Miami, LA, Chicago, New York,
Calgary. I'm sorry, Calgary.
Toronto.
Yeah.
I'm skipping over Calgary, but yeah, we can't rival those places if you're looking for a worldly city that, is one of the culture spots of the world.
Yeah.
We can't offer you that. We can offer you a great place to raise a family, a great place to live, a quiet setting that, you're relatively can live your life. But we can't give you the stars that are, Broadway or
Wendy's.
I hate you. What the hell?
Hey, if you're looking for a test kitchen, if you're looking for new items coming out in fast food, hey,
Columbus is your market.
We are America's test kitchen.
Oh, I hate you so much. That's why we don't. Man, I'm glad you're not in the negotiating room. Hey, we have Wendy's.
We have Wendy's.
Hey, we have, White Castle tries some new shit on us all the time.
We have Dave Thomas. What's that? Dave Thomas is dead. We don't have Dave Thomas, but we got Wendy's.
Why'd they kill him? Ask him. Go ask him.
Why'd they kill him? He fell behind on payments.
Ask what the source is. Go ask him.
Where's your source? It's Elon Musk.
Was he smoking weed?
He was.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Did you ask him?
I was there.
Oh.
I lit it for her.
That was a stupid segment.
That was a terrible bit.
But I'm done talking about the Blue Jackets right now.
Well, good, because I'm going to talk about something else. I'm going to keep it on sports here. In less than a week, in exactly 1 week when this comes out, Cleveland, just 2 hours north, is going to be hosting the All-Star Game. Yeah, I know.
The All-Star,
MLB All-Star Game. Yeah, baseball All-Star Game. And
when was the last time they hosted?
1975. I know there was one in between. I think maybe 94 or 95.
So you were only 30 back then?
I was only 30. Yeah, I've been tracking along. No, I'm pretty sure they've hosted one other one at Jacobs Field when it was Jacobs Field. And then prior to that, 1975, Gaylord Perry pitched.
Oh.
Yeah, in the 75. Or that might have been in Pitt. Regardless. But yeah, even bigger news. First baseman Carlos Santana. Yes, he is back with the Indians. And if you haven't been following, yes, he was he left in free agency and now he's back. He's going to be starting first base.
Is this all the sports we have?
No, I've got more.
I realize now how people feel when I talk Blue Jackets at them.
Okay, I've got something it's a little more worldly.
We need more Columbus based.
It's a little more worldly. You know what kids play in the school halls of Columbus? Soccer. Basketball? That's right. Okay. Women's national soccer team. The World Cup is going on.
Okay, fine. Yes. Yeah, I can talk about Rapid.
You know where I'm going here. So they just defeated. Spoilers if you're watching this on delay. I don't. Whatever. We just beat the French national team, who was hosting it in Paris.
On such a roll right now.
I know. We're on their way they're on their way to the semis, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be playing England. Who is a lot better. I didn't even realize this.
Are we not going to talk about Rapid now?
Oh, no, I'm going to get there. But I didn't even realize this, that I know that there's obviously the big issue right now with women's sports not being, or with women's soccer, they're not being paid as much as the men, even though they're far better.
They do the work, too.
They gain more money for USA Soccer. They're better at building goodwill for USA Soccer. So, so there are those issues. But I never realized that in other parts of the world, and I was listening to a radio take about this, I sometimes forget that we do have Title IX in America. And for somebody outside of America, this guy was British, he was talking about it, that in the 80s, when the American team was starting to get, the women's American team was starting to get some wind under their sails and all of that, if you were in the north of England, if you were in Scotland, if you were in France, and you were a woman who wanted to play soccer, you were on the outskirts of society. You were laughed at. You were like, no, it's a working class men's game. And the misogyny in that in Europe is long-standing. And it's very unfortunate. So the American women actually had a better footing. Pardon the pun.
Interesting. So whereas U.S. men's soccer was behind and trying to play catch-up when soccer finally made it to be a craze over here.
Yeah. Because it was
the women actually got a head start.
Yeah, the women actually kind of had a head start. And then now the European teams and British teams are really starting to come into their own. But yeah, I'm just really excited.
Suck it, Europe.
Yeah, suck it, Europe. But yeah, let's talk about Megan Rapinoe. So you probably heard about the what she said, and she was being interviewed for 8x8 magazine, which is according to them, it's the beautiful magazine for the beautiful game or something like that. And they're a soccer magazine.
Yeah, no.
She was being interviewed, and she said something to the tune. They asked if like, "Oh, are you going to be going to the White House if you win?" I'm not going to the fucking White House. Are you kidding me? Said, yeah. And it was so just dismissive and beautiful. And that,
Well, it's it's a weird thing because like nobody wants to go to the White House, and when you finally do get invited to go to the White House, you're served McDonald's.
You know who wants to go to the White House? Clemson, Alabama. Yeah. You bet. You know who would want to go? Clemson, Alabama.
Yeah.
I lost.
Ole Miss. Yeah.
Ole Miss. Yeah. I mean,
it's not like it was an honor, and now it's just so political. I don't think anybody wants to associate themselves with the man in the White House right now.
Yeah. One of the other soccer stars.
It's so damning either way.
Oh, exactly. One of the other stars on the team, I forget her name, but she said something to the tune of, "I don't think Trump would like having a bunch of women that he couldn't grab being in the White House." I'm like, shit.
Burn.
Yeah.
And then, like, that's the thing is, didn't someone say something to the lines of, like, we would just be disinvited anyway, or de-invited? Or
I think that's what,
uninvited.
Yeah, it's like, wow, we're not getting invited anyway.
We're going to get uninvited just because we don't want to go. Because that's what he does, is he can't let anything slide by him.
No, he has to be a part of every single thing to make, to stroke his ego. That's the word.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we have next on the docket?
Well,
can we get into...
You want to talk about food?
Yeah. Or we just kind of skipped right over what's irking you.
Oh, yeah. What's irking you, Nick?
What's irking me this week?
What's working you, Nick?
What's working me this week?
Is it worth it?
People that give their 2 weeks at a job and then just give up.
No.
And then they just give up those last 2 weeks.
You piece of shit.
What's irking me this week? Yeah. Yeah. So that's what's
really?
irking me this week.
Is that what's irking you?
That's just what's irking me.
You piece of shit. Well, what's irking me is friends that aren't loyal. Friends that aren't loyal.
What did I say? I didn't say anything that wasn't
loyal.
People
named Nick.
Just unrelated. Just both of those.
Yeah. So I think that's the segment. What's irking me this week?
In food news.
In food news. So, do you want to talk about food?
Yeah.
Let's talk about.
I have one more segment. I had the Beast Boy.
Oh yeah, let's talk about Beast Boy.
Okay.
In our famous segment, Beast Boy.
So you give your 2 weeks at a... No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, how fucking dare you?
I'm kidding. It was just a joke. Anyways. So you give your 2 weeks at a job.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. It is... Okay, so you're on a trampoline with your friends. You're 6 years old. You're also Beast Boy.
Yes. Who are the friends? Cyborg, Raven, Starfire.
It's actually the kids from Stranger Things.
Oh, okay. Well, that's odd, but okay.
And one kid, the mean kid in town...
The mean kid.
...comes over.
I've never watched Stranger Things.
Oh, I don't know who the mean kid in Stranger Things... I just meant, like,
let's
any
call him,
figurative town.
Let's call him Philly.
Tyler.
Filer.
Okay. So this mean kid comes up to you and starts bullying you real hard, saying stuff about your mom and how you put your 2 weeks in at work. And stuff about how you'll never be able to cook a good meatball in your life.
Okay.
And you're the king of stinky shoes.
Okay, yeah.
How do you defeat this kid using the powers of Beast Boy?
Turn into a plasmodium.
Hold on.
Shit.
Hold on. Let me also. The goal is to get his parents.
Oh.
To
get a divorce.
No. Oh. Wow, you think long game a lot. For a man with no patience, you think about the long game too much. Anyways, so the goal is to get him in trouble with his parents.
Oh, okay.
But his parents think the world of him.
Yes.
You have the powers of Beast Boy. Go at it.
Okay, so I would first turn into... I'd turn into a mosquito. Yes.
Yeah.
I would then sting him, not sting him, but like get him right on the nose. Mm-hmm. But just enough for him to get angry at it. And then I would like fly away, so he'd like smack himself in the nose.
That's actually good.
That's good smack himself in the nose.
Yeah.
And then I would turn into a rhino and tear off his arm.
What the fuck?
Knowing that his parents are very prejudiced people.
Against people with one arm?
Against people with one arm.
No.
Yes. Yeah. Then I got nothing.
Really?
Well, I mean,
I think I'd take one for the team and make him really, really angry with himself.
Yeah.
Or just at me, and then have him watch me turn into a dog, like a dog.
Yeah.
And then he kicks me right while his parents are watching.
See, that's smart.
Yeah.
That's smart.
I think that's what I would do.
I was thinking I'd...
Because you cannot justify, unless you see a dog bite you, but I would leave enough time. But, like, you cannot justify kicking a puppy in front of someone. Like, if I saw you kick a puppy, like, even if the puppy bit you, I would think that you're the bad person.
Yeah. That's true. The other long game idea I was thinking about is turn into a duck.
Yep.
Get, like, slaughtered.
Wow.
And then make sure...
So you die.
Hold on. And then make sure that I get cooked improperly. And then the kid eats me, but doesn't die. Just gets really, really bad stomach pains and shits his pants at a very, very, like, a fancy party that his dad is really trying to get this new promotion. Yeah,
I see where you're going.
And then, Billy shits his pants. And,
that's not bad.
There you go.
That is not bad.
That's what do you do? No, what are you doing? Okay. So Billy shat his pants.
Billy shat his pants. Oh, Dang. Okay.
Oh, I remember picking on the boy.
So do we want to talk about pizza now?
I want to talk about food.
Not just pizza?
I'm going to talk about Disney.
Okay. Let's get it over with.
I have notes. So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times Walt Disney World
on my
written
shirt.
on your shirt.
That's
okay,
right.
Go ahead.
So big food news. So if you follow Disney News or you follow the group we're in, the Tasteful Dudes podcast Supper Club C-Bus, something like that, you
really
may
need to
have
change that name,
seen.
but oh well.
I know you might have seen the news about the overhauling of the American Pavilion at Epcot.
I have not seen that nudes. What?
Okay.
Go ahead.
I posted it a couple days ago. So right now, the American Pavilion is a bit of a desert when it comes to food.
Like a food desert, or just a desert? Just a desert, because there's a difference.
It's a food desert.
So like only
there's just not a lot of good food there.
Like all fast food, Taco Bell,
yeah. So
all that kind of stuff.
Right now, the Liberty Inn sells what's called what I call default Disney burgers, salads, chicken fingers. Just boring stuff. You can buy the turkey legs. They have a place where you can get a few craft beers, but it seems pretty slapdash. Slapdash? Yeah.
Okay. Keep going.
Enter the Regal Eagle Smokehouse, craft drafts and barbecue. Period.
That's a lot of rhyming.
That's a lot.
Internal rhyming.
Yeah.
That. Go ahead.
And it just makes too much sense. Barbecue and Murica. Of course.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So, have you ever been to Epcot?
Once.
Yeah. Do you remember, so you have the giant big building, you have American Adventure.
You mean the big building as in the ball?
Nope. We're talking about America.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you have the big, colonial building.
Oh.
And then to the left is where the restaurant is, and it's just boring food. So what they've basically done is they've taken what is... they have a pop-up food stand for all of the festivals. So, and that's a barbecue stand, and they have craft brews and stuff like that. So what they're going to do is basically have that all year round. And it just makes sense. In a quote from Jeremy Schofield, managing editor of Walt Disney World PR, they are going to close after the July 4th weekend, and quote, the new location will be a modern barbecue smokehouse with all the accompanying sights, sounds, smells, and flavors that you love.
Why'd you just pop my nose?
I don't know. It just made sense. Including a large smoker preparing fine food every day right on the pavilion's promenade. There will also be a redesigned patio for you to enjoy, so get ready to grab a brew, some barbecue, and relax inside Epcot.
So it's closing after...
It's closing on the 8th.
And then when is it opening?
They haven't said anything yet.
Oh, okay. I thought they were going to be like, in one weekend, we bring in a team from Home Makeover, or Extreme Makeover Home Edition.
Extreme Makeover Colonial Edition.
Holy shit. Dude, I would make that fucking show. I would make that show.
Oh, fuck yeah. And then, so like I said, I think it just makes too much sense to do all that. And I'm actually going to have you scroll through this. This is just one other Disney thing. Now, as you might know, if you follow Disney, you know that Galaxy's Edge has just opened in Disneyland. And they have some food options.
What the fuck?
And Nick's scrolling through some of these food options.
It doesn't, They
look kind of weird, don't they?
They look a little weird, but, nothing that I'm, put off by.
Yeah, they remind me a lot of some of the weirder looking foods from Pandora at the Satuli Canteen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very much our food.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, shaped weirdly.
Yeah.
That's clearly...
Bantha steaks and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm over Galaxy's Edge.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, apparently everyone in California is over it, too, because Disneyland is seeing some record low attendance.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Now's the time. Let's go. Cut the podcast off right now.
I just, they raised their prices. Yep. They made it less accessible to people that would want to go, which I don't. I would have to save up a vacation centered around Disney to go. You know,
yeah, that's the point.
Sure, but I'm saying that doesn't happen for the people that live around there. And
that's
it would
true.
be way easier and more accessible for them to go if you live, 2 to 3 hours away.
Yeah,
Us folk have to plan a Disney vacation to go.
Yeah, and people like
to
me,
make it worth it.
People like me who are going to design your Disney vacation.
Yeah.
Well, that just puts me out of a job.
Well, it does. But I mean, I am interested. I just feel like they're using my Star Wars love against me here.
A little bit.
Like they're trying to sucker me into this thing that's super expensive. Mm-hmm. And if I'm a Disney fan, like where I want to spend my money is really divided, and they haven't shown me yet why I should pick this to spend my Star Wars money on and not somewhere else. And
there's something to be said for that. And also, once the one opens up at Walt Disney World, the Walt Disney World one is massive.
Yeah.
Compared to the one at Disneyland.
Yeah.
So
I'd assume so.
I'm excited to see what that's going to be. But frankly, like you, I'm Star Wars Galaxy's edged out. I got so bombarded because a lot of my friends on Facebook are Disney people, and they're like, "Oh, I got to be there first. I got to do that."
It's gonna be.
And I was like, "No, I don't." It's gonna be.
It's like pandering. I feel like it's a little bit of pandering.
It's first culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. My buddy Sean down in Florida, he posted a thing that the new Harry Potter ride, the Hagrid's motorcycle ride, 600-minute wait. That's 10 hours.
Yeah.
And that's purely so you could be there first. I just can't justify spending all that money to wait in lines and be around that many people. I feel like that's why I never liked Cedar Point. I didn't want to wait 4 hours to go on a roller coaster that I'm not going to like anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, quickly, I think we should get.
You want to talk about some pizza?
I want to talk about this pizza.
Is this a pizza podcast?
It was. It was. I
feel like. Come here, bring it in. I feel like I've wounded.
Let's hug over the microphone.
Ooh.
That was
something. We did something over the microphone.
So.
Yeah.
East Coast Pizzeria.
Yes.
This is
brick fired oven.
Yeah, this is
fired
right across from Graceland Shopping Center.
Yeah.
Slice cut, which you're a fan of.
Slice cut, yeah.
That's what our poll was today.
We did a poll today.
Slice cut seemed to take it away.
Yeah, versus square cut or
Pittsburgh style. Where
where you have to tear it yourself with your hands because
the pizza
jockey
was too
got
busy
off
watching the Steelers development camp,
and he just got off parole, so he's not allowed around blades.
So he forgot to cut pizza.
Yeah.
And you have to tear it with your hands.
Yep.
Because you also live in Pittsburgh and own no knives.
No knives.
And the plastic cutlery that you steal from Chipotle.
It breaks every time.
Yeah. It's not cutting up.
There you go.
Man.
Will we ever be listened to in Pennsylvania?
I think we're fine without Michael doing Pittsburgh style. I think that was.
I think we did great.
Yeah.
So what'd you think?
So this was the bourbon.
The bourbon chicken. The East Coast bourbon chicken pizza.
So it was like a bourbon sauce, bourbon barbecue-esque sauce, like a sweet molasses sauce.
Yeah, kind of similar to like bourbon chicken at a Chinese restaurant or.
And there was red onion and chicken, grilled chicken.
Yeah. In a way, it was kind of like a different take on the California Pizza Kitchen barbecue chicken pizza.
Yeah.
Just a different take on it.
There was a swirl of hot sauce around the whole thing.
Yeah, mild hot sauce.
Bacon was on it.
Yeah, bacon.
And what was my initial thoughts was like, ooh, this smells good, but like it's kind of like it's a odd combination. I was not expecting the hot sauce on there.
Yeah,
because it looks like a Frank's Red hot sauce.
It does.
Just on, and this is a very like the colors of this pizza are very muted, I feel.
Except so when for that orangey.
That's what I'm saying. So when you see that orangey red hot sauce, it almost looks out of place.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know. What did you think about the overall look of the pizza?
It did have an odd look to it. Although the crust you could tell that there was a nice, like, buttery, garlicky glaze
it
on
was,
there.
yeah, and it was odd because, you know, you'd assume that would be on a traditional style pizza with, but they put it on the bourbon one, too.
Yep, thin crust, too.
It was a thinner crust,
Thin crust, and it nearly went all the way to edge.
Yeah,
it wasn't Columbus edge to edge, but it was within about a half inch.
I liked the size of the crust. The crust was a good size for me. It wasn't the like floppy pizza that like New York style, which I think is the only downside of New York style. Even though I really like it.
Yeah, and I think sorry, I'm so thirsty, and I'm talking while I'm drinking.
While you're just licking it up.
So, I think also the reason why it wasn't that floppiness was because it was that brick.
It was
that
thicker
brick
crust,
oven.
thicker than normal though.
Yeah, but it had that brick oven, so they could kind of scorch it a little bit.
It was definitely sturdy. So let's talk about the sauce first.
Yeah, so that bourbon sauce. It was a very sweet but kind of smoky.
It was sweet and smoky.
Little bourbony.
Very sweet. Yeah, very very sweet.
Yep. But I think it went well. It goes good with bacon. It goes good with like the saltiness of the bacon.
Yeah.
It went good with the chicken, the onions, and the spicy sauce, the mild sauce. I think it did go well. I will say, and I think we all spoke to this. The hot sauce was not either. It wasn't enough, or it wasn't hot enough. So it was a mild sauce.
I think it was the wrong kind of hot sauce too.
Yeah, it was basically a traditional buffalo mild sauce.
Yeah.
So, which is, if anybody's ever worked at a bar, they know this, that it's butter or butter substitute and Frank's Red Hot.
Yeah.
That's it. And you mix them in pretty much even quantities.
Yep.
And that's it. And it's, a little spicy, not a lot.
So we actually thought that it was pretty sweet.
Yes.
And we ate the first piece like pretty plain, like how it came, so to speak. But then I got some hot sauce. And this is the Pope's Burning River hot sauce. It's a jalapeno tomato hot sauce. I can't remember where it's from.
Popes, if you would like to sponsor the podcast,
Shaker Heights, Ohio. Yeah,
local.
And it is a vinegar based hot sauce with jalapenos and fresh tomatoes. It's really bright, I think, and it has a little spice to it, but that vinegar really helped cut through the sweetness when we added it to it.
And that made me realize that this pizza would have been better with either a medium sauce or a hot
you needed
buffalo
something
sauce.
To cut through the sweetness a little bit.
Because I'm not a huge fan of super spicy, but I think that would have evened it out a little bit.
Then they had red onion, grilled chicken, bacon, and I think
cheese. Mozzarella.
Yeah, mozzarella.
So, or maybe like a mozzarella provolone.
What did you think about the toppings and the amount, the quality?
I think it worked really well because everything was in like small pieces.
Yeah.
So it fell
the bacon
everywhere.
Was diced. The onion was diced.
Chicken was cut pretty small.
The chicken was pretty small.
The only thing I kind of wish I would have had more of was the chicken.
Yeah.
But everything else seemed like it was very well distributed. Mm-hmm. Everything was there. It did suffer from that, you take a bite and the cheese will like keep coming with you. But that's a pizza thing. It's hard to not get that.
It's mozzarella.
Exactly. So it was good.
I thought that the toppings were they could have gone more with the meat, just the bacon and the chicken. But I wasn't thrown off by the lack of it.
Like we were at Natalie's.
Yeah. Natalie's it was rough.
Sparse.
Yeah, it was.
Except for that ricotta.
Yeah,
holy
the ricotta.
Moly, that
put
ricotta
on so
was
much
good.
Ricotta. So this is a specialty pie of theirs, right? The bourbon chicken.
When I talked to them,
this isn't one of your crazy creations.
No. I asked him when I went there. I was like, "What is your most popular pizza?" He said, "Oh yeah, it's this one, or maybe the white pizza." And the Supreme's pretty popular too. Yeah. But I mean, the Supreme's gonna be popular wherever you go.
I gotta say that the toppings were good, but once you got to the crust on the end, it was my favorite crust I think we've had all season.
I tend to agree. Yeah.
It wasn't overdone.
Hot take.
And that's the thing with brick pizza; it's really easy to get those char pieces, those where it's just charred to dust, basically. And this did not have that, but it was crispy and it was good and it was brushed with that garlic butter.
Yes.
And it was a really good finishing bite.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
It was good.
So
you ready for a verdict?
I want to rate this pizza before the hot sauce and after the hot sauce.
Okay.
Just so that you can see the difference. So, Tim, you go first.
Okay, so before the hot sauce, I am going to give it.
Actually, do you want to? Let's explain our rating.
Oh yeah. So our hashtag patented your mom's favorite podcast 6 out of 10 rating system.
It's a long hashtag.
It's really long. Yeah, you have to do it though. It starts out with not even 6 out of 10, which is something that you would never want to eat again. You'd probably send it back if you were pretentious and not Midwestern. We then have a 6 out of 10, which is just a pedestrian pizza. The majority of your pizzas that you're like your kind of mass market pizzas, just, pretty good. Okay.
Yeah.
A pizza that you'll go,
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, pizza that you're probably going to get at a family reunion or a birthday party.
Yeah.
Good. Then we have solid 6 out of 10, which is really, really good. Like, you'll go back to that place just to get that pizza or that food item. And then we have the daddy. We have 10 out of 10.
The Rose Bowl.
The Rose Bowl. 10 out of 10, which is amazing.
That trailed off. Okay, so what would you give this?
I would get prior to the sauce or prior to the hot sauce. I would give it a solid 6 out of 10. Yeah.
Bubbles?
Nope, no bubbles. Just solid 6 out of 10.
No bubba in this one.
No bubba in the boo. Well, I don't know. Yeah. So just solid.
And after the hot sauce,
I would give it a solid bubble up.
So it really did improve it for you?
It improved it. I think if it would have been just that from the beginning, like if they did a medium buffalo sauce, it would be sniffing 10 out of 10.
So that doesn't count. We have to actually go with your first one.
Yeah,
The second one is just for fun.
Yep, because we modified it.
Because we did modify it, which is something we don't usually do here.
But for what they did, solid 6 out of 10.
I would say just a 6 out of 10 bubble up.
Okay.
Honestly, without. But I would also give it a solid 6 bubble up with the hot sauce. Like it jumps up a whole next category with the hot sauce. It was really good.
Yeah,
and of course this hot sauce is good, but it was really that acid and vinegar, cutting through the sweetness that really made it just a really good bite.
And that's what you're going to get with
because it's very sweet, and that's the only knock I have on it. It's very sweet. The crust is probably the best crust we've had all season, in my opinion. That crust was my favorite.
Sip might edge it out for me.
Sip Brewery was good, but again, I thought that they suffered a little bit from the charcoal pieces, or the charred pieces. But I say if you just look at the crust, East Coast was my favorite so far.
It was really good.
Now the toppings, nothing can beat Sip this season. That was a solid 6 bubble up.
Oh my god! I by rights, if we go back and change it, I'm giving it a 10.
I think it's a 10 out of 10. That jalapeno honey was so good at that Sip.
Oh my god!
Either way, that does it for this. We had a really good time in this episode. The pizza, again, if you want to try East Coast, we do recommend it.
Yeah, give them a try.
It is a Tasteful Dudes recommends.
Yeah, and the price wasn't that bad.
I think it was not that bad.
$18 for a big
large pizza.
A big large pizza, which is
one of their specialties as well.
It has 4. Yeah, so I think you can get a standard large pizza for $14, one topping. So if you got a pepperoni, $14, really good pie.
Do you want to?
Sorry, I ran off.
This also is. I say this is potential for a Pizza Files later episode.
Yeah, we'll open up the Pizza Files.
Trying a different pizza, one maybe more traditional.
Definitely.
We just heard
they have a breakfast pizza though.
Man.
I know. I always go for the stun.
But this pizza was really good.
Yeah.
Like, again, we wanted to try what their best was, and this just so happened to be what most people get. It really was. It came recommended to us by a lot of people. It really, really was a good pizza. I just want to know if somebody's not into the gimmick, what they're gonna get.
That's true.
You know?
That's true. Yeah. Getting like a Supreme or something like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was my my lungs fell out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have to go and help Tim's lung, his collapsed lung. Be reattached. Tim, where can they find us?
Well, I'll tell you, Nick. They can find us on the internet. More specifically, they can find us at social media. More specifically than that, they can find it at the My Tasteful Dudes. That's My Tasteful Dudes on Instagram. And also join the Tasteful Dudes Podcast Supper Club Seat Bus Facebook group.
That we will change the name of.
We will change the name, but it's a fun group, and we talk about food, and
it doesn't have to just be pizza.
It can be any foods. If you have recommendations for us, please go on there and tell us.
Yeah,
we've been getting a lot of recommendations.
We're trying to keep it specific in pizza.
Yeah, and Columbus
this
for now.
Season in Columbus, but by all means, if you have your favorite empanada place, let us know. Any food that you really love in Columbus, let us know.
Yeah, we can't just keep on going off Nick's recommendations.
No, because the Cheesecake Factory is up next.
Yeah, that's right.
We've run out.
We're going back to mellow mushrooms.
So, without further ado, my name is Nicholas Q.
And my name is Tim Fluffybeard.
And we love you.
We love you. And as always, sorry, Mom.